It's a roller coaster. You never know what you're going to hit. I actually made it to work for a couple hours. I'm like, I'm going to get a couple hours today. And then I got a call I was going to be sued, and everything fell apart. So you never know what's going to hit you on the day-to-day basis. We got the YouTube video, showed our lawyer. He said, bring them on. So they're not going to sue me after all, but they like to threaten that. And I'm finding that as one of their big MOs is send the lawyers after me. Anyway, we've got Grijalva scared to death. But they are spreading so many rumors that are out and out lies because they are desperate for money and they're desperate to win. We just had a poll. I know there's rumors going around. We know the Democrats have taken one, but we finally did our own. I'm down by 7 points. But what we have going for us there is there's 23% undecided. So looking at history, that usually breaks 2/3 for the non-incumbent, which I love math. That gives me about 14%, gives him about 7. We're dead even. And he's even admitting that this is the toughest race of his life. He's out there, he's campaigning and fundraising in California. Lo and behold, when you boycott your state, you don't have a lot of people willing to give you money. But anyway, we are doing great. We know on Sunday he was on his way to Washington, D.C., and he had to stay over to do some press conferences because he's starting to get really worried over the polls. And out of half of his mouth, he's saying he wants to extend the Bush tax rates for the middle class and the poor. The rich can take the money. And out of the other half of his mouth, he's saying it's unfair, we need to get rid of all of them altogether. But today he clearly showed how he felt. He wanted to come home, and he voted 210 to 209 that it was time to come home because he is scared and he wants to campaign. Ed Pastor did too. They don't want to be in Washington with us here. So anyway, this is our year to do a lot of good, and we have to. This is our year to fight. I've been doing a lot of research on the housing crisis. It's a huge impact in my district. One of the areas that's been hit hardest in the nation is indeed in this district. Man, their representative boycotted them. But one of the things that hit me the hardest was when Clinton won his first 2 years. In 92 and 93, a lot of the policies that were pushed those first 2 years are a good portion of the reason we're dealing with this housing crisis now. And that adds a whole new meaning as to what we're going to have to do when we get there. We're going to have to go through every bill they passed and clean it out. Because we don't need to be dealing with this in another 10 to 20 years with the ramifications of what's going on now. And unfortunately, the ramifications are hitting. I was talking to a mother earlier this week. Her daughter has a health condition where she has trouble absorbing all the nutrients from her food. And so she's on a prescription medication that helps her absorb the nutrients from the food. Well, that medication is gone. They told her, you can use generic. Well, they have done scientific studies that the generic does not work as well as the prescription drug her daughter was using. And she told me they have taken half my daughter's life away from her. This is the healthcare bill. This is the first wave. She was telling me of another mother that lives near her that was saying the same things about her daughter, who also had healthcare conditions. It is already hitting us. They promised to take care of the children. Well, they're taking care of them just the wrong direction. We need to get rid of this bill. It is bad news. We need to get rid of it altogether. We have the financial overhaul bill. I've been talking to credit unions around the district, and also I know community banks. It's about to hit them. All we're going to have left when this bill is done, steamrolling the country, is the banks that are too big to fail. And they're going to be controlled by the government. We need to get rid of this bill. This country deserves better. We are the land of freedom. We need to stand up today and we need to fight back. And I'm going to say a joke because I can't be outdone by that. You know, Obama was out walking one day. I think he was trying to sneak a hamburger because Michelle was yelling at him again. And he comes across this little girl selling kittens. And she goes, Mr. President, would you like to buy a kitten? these are Democrats. And he looks and he goes, oh, Democrats, great. Let me go ask Michelle. So the next day they come back, and Obama goes to the little girl, he goes, tell Michelle what kind of kittens these are. She goes, well, these are Republicans. And he goes, wait a minute, you told me yesterday they were Democrats. And she goes, well, today they opened their eyes. Anyway, this is our year. The country has opened their eyes thanks to Obama. Let's not let this go to waste. We need to win this year. Thank you.